Thank you everyone for hopping on today. This is part of our weekly Deal Help live calls where we get to work through your deals. Any questions you have, any concerns you have, any issues you're having with a deal, like this is the place to be. We host these each and every week for Amplify clients. So if this is your first call, thank you for being here. Welcome to the Amplify family. And I see a lot of familiar faces on here. So welcome back. And thank you guys for continually showing up and being able to support the rest of this community. It really is a community, and we support each other and help each other to get better every single week. So thank you to everyone. Welcome Brandon as our local in-house guru, if you will. I don't know if you really like being called a guru, but that's your label for today.
A guru. There you go.
There we go. Okay, so I know we had a few questions beforehand. Let me pull those up. I see Rochelle's already has her hand up. And yeah, and she was our first submission. So we're going to start with you. I'm going to promote you to a panelist, Rochelle, and then I think goes then Kendra. So I'll promote you to a panelist. Hey, and guys, if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat or raise your hand. We'd love to have you guys participate. Brandon and I are not the only ones that are supposed to talk. This is a group effort. So if you guys have thoughts or questions or things to provide value to whoever's the speaker at the time, please raise your hand and we'd love to have you participate. So Rochelle, welcome. I'm going to turn the time over to you and let you kind of kick us off.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. I do have a assignment contract, and I'm here in Columbus, Ohio, and the property is in Harrisburg, Ohio. It's a 1 bed and 1 bath, and it does have a tenant. It already has a tenant in place. How do you think we can go about probably trying to sell that property without disturbing the tenants?
Well, I just let the seller know. A lot of times someone's going to want to walk through the property. You know, it's just like anything. If you're buying a car, you're going to test drive the car, right?
Right.
So most contingencies on contracts for real estate are going to have an inspection contingency. So I just let the seller know, look, we'll try to make it as little to no trouble for the tenant as possible. We can schedule with them if you want us to schedule with them, or you can schedule for us. And so the key is when you go to sell it, if you have more than one person, you may want to try to schedule where everyone shows up at the same time.
Okay.
And doing multiple showings. If you do multiple showings, they may get upset. Usually what I do too, just a little bit of feedback. I would usually carry gift cards with me or movie ticket, cards and stuff. And I would thank the tenant for, give them the gift card for letting us come by and say, hey, if we need to come back by again, we'll let you know, but I appreciate your time. Let us do that. And usually because I give them a little $25 gift card or some movie passes, they're pretty relaxed.
Okay. Do you think it's a good idea, or you think that would be okay? Or do you think I should probably bring it to the seller's attention, putting a for sale sign in front of the yard? Do you think that's going to bring any type of...
I've never sold one out of the hundreds and hundreds of deals that I've sold. I've never sold one with the for sale sign in front of it.
Okay.
I've had for sale signs, abandoned signs near the property, but not in front of it. But typically, and by the way, and also when you're scheduling with the seller or the tenant, let them know, hey, we want to be able to work with you. Me and my partners I'm bringing in, it's good to meet you. We'll be your new landlord. So hopefully they'll be nice to you as well. But I typically, you can throw a sign out there. I typically don't. I usually put it like on street corners and stuff like that.
Okay, good idea.
If I have a rental property and I'm going to rent it out, where I'm doing a lease option and I'm doing a cooperative lease option with the landlord, then I'll throw a sign out there. But typically on these wholesale deals, I don't.
Okay, but put it around the surrounding areas.
Yeah. Just you can put the information about the property, cash buyer needed, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, super cheap price, whatever the price is, and your phone number.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. Cash buyers needed. That's what I should put on one of the flyers or
Or
several
just
of
put,
them.
or just put for sale, and then I usually do for sale, bedroom, bathroom, and your phone number.
Okay.
And if it's the price, then you can throw the price on there, but you're just trying to get people to call you. That's the
Right. Okay.
Typically with the way we do it now is it's good to find some people, but a lot of the times we can find a lot of the buyers we need just using like PropStream and realtor.com.
Okay. PropStream. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when
have you
I'm
used
sorry.
PropStream before?
Yeah, I have. And walk me through it again. How did you find the cash buyers? Do you think I should just go to the surrounding houses and see
What's the city that you're in, that the house is in?
It's in Harrisburg, Ohio.
So can you see my screen right now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'll go to Harrisburg, I go to filter, and then I go down to flippers first.
Okay, filters.
Okay, there's no flippers here, so that's not necessarily a good sign. But let's go to cash buyers next. So I will go cash buyers, non-owner occupied, and I typically want to go to someone that has bought the property in the last year. So ownership info, max 1 year. And that's not good either. So I'll just keep it cash buyers. So I got 23. So 23 cash buyers, non-owner occupied. And so then I'll be reaching out to if I click on, let's say I click on one of these here, let's just pick a house. I go to the cash sale. I try to find, we got mailing addresses for the people right here. That's not, we can find one with the realtor here involved. So cash, it doesn't have anything. This one has 8 properties though. So they may be a good little mom and pop. There's their PO box. But what I would do is just try to find it. They're in Harrisburg, Ohio. And
Yeah.
I would put the person's name in Harrisburg, Ohio on like fast people search. And
Okay.
this one, you can probably skip trace this. So like if you go back out here, let me go back out on this. For some reason it's not letting me. There it goes. So I can just take all 23 of these properties, create a new list, skip trace this list right here. And then any of them that they have phone numbers for will come over, and then I would call them.
Oh, okay.
The other thing I would do is take the Harrisburg, Ohio, right? And then I would go to realtor.com.
Okay.
Go to find realtors. Go to Harrisburg, Ohio, search. And then I'm going to go right up here to more filters. Wait a second. It's not going to have, we have 179 realtors. Usually I work on the ones that work with buyers, but I don't see that one on here. I'll probably do the most sold listings and work my way down.
Okay. Okay.
So, and just reach out to each one of those. So you got a phone number here, say, hey, do you have any clients that are looking for a off-market property, deeply discounted? It'd make a great rental or fix and flip. This one's a rental, so there's tenants in there. So, it comes with tenants already. And if you know what the cash flow is or how long the lease is for, then that's what I'd let them know.
Okay. Okay. Good deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that does bring, some good ideas. Actually, it is some great ideas. I'm definitely gonna keep those in mind. We're trying to get this accomplished, so
Nice.
That's all I want to do.
Congratulations on getting that under contract.
I know, right? We got the first step. Now we just need 1 and 2, and then we're done.
Perfect. Next step.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps up my question. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Don't go away because you're going to want to hear something in a second. Terry, are you there?
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
You got Terry here. Can you unmute yourself for a second, Terry?
Okay, yeah, I'm here. I don't know if this is allowed or not. I thank you for letting me go next because I got to head to work.
I have a question for you,
Brandon,
Terry. But before you share, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Or
right,
you can do it after. You can do it after your question. Would you share how you found the buyers for your first wholesale deal?
The way I found the buyer for my first wholesale deal was I put. You want the actual buyer or processes that I did? The actual
kind of
buyer.
The processes, because I remember the story with your wife and everything too.
Right. So I signed my first wholesale deal to purchase the property on February 1st of 2019. February 7th, I was starting to panic because I didn't have a buyer. So up till this time, my wife didn't know I was doing any of this. So February 7th, I put an ad on Craigslist. Somehow my wife found the ad on Craigslist. It was sent to her by one of her friends. I was at work on February 8th. And then I started getting these nasty text messages from my wife about, what are you doing with this? You didn't tell me this, blah, 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 blah. I said, don't worry about it. We'll make money. So I actually started calling everybody on Craigslist with the We Buy Houses thing. Couldn't get anybody there. Right down the street from me, there was a company that had just bought a house and was a wholesaling company also. Called them up, asked them if they'd be interested. They bought the house from me. I made $8,000. February 28th, I had $8,000, a check for $8,000. And the rest is kind of history. I mean, when I showed her the check for $8,000, she didn't believe it. She now tells her coworkers and friends that ask, she said, waiting for the FBI to show up at the front door. so yeah, but so that leads me into what I wanted to say here, Brandon. I wanted to say thank you. Recently I've added to my portfolio or to my resume private money lenders. Wow. I've lended a investor $2,000, and every 2 weeks he pays me $250. And we are on the 8th extension, which means come tomorrow I will have my $2,000 back, and he still owes me the principal.
Nice.
More importantly, so more importantly, last month I purchased my own property to fix and flip, and we're about halfway through the fix. I have a buyer already on the hook, and we're going to close it before Thanksgiving. And I'm going to net. This is a net number. This isn't gross. This is net of right close to $80,000.
Wow! Congratulations. So, just pay the tax man, and you don't have to worry about the FBI showing up.
I was just on the phone with the CPA today, and he wants me to do a what are they called, the payment thing, where you make the payment before April, the prepayment.
Oh, the prepayment.
He wants me to make a prepayment of $25,000. So, but yeah, so I have a few other wholesale deals there this year. So he wants me to make a prepayment of $25,000 to the IRS before January 15th. So,
well, those are good problems to have, though, Terry. Even though they're problems, those are good problems to have. So,
right. So, but I still
congratulations.
Haven't big step yet, Brandon. I still have my jet. So, but yeah, thank you. So my next step is to get out of the JOB. That's where I want to go. So if awesome. I can do it, anybody that's on this call, I don't know how many people you have on the call, they can do it too. But I just wanted to pass that along and celebrate a success.
Well, thank you for sharing that success. Congratulate, and couldn't happen to a better guy. Love you, Terry. That's awesome.
Thank you. All right, man. See you.
See you, buddy. That's good. It's good. All right. See you later.
All right.
That's good. So a lot of us probably have joined mentorships or signed up for something, and that was a funny story where his wife found out that he was wholesaling a deal, and to give you a little more input, after that first deal, they made that $8,000, and then he did several other deals after that too. So it's an amazing story. So cool. Who's next? Who's next, Brighton? Sharice has a question.
Yeah, she's up next. Hey, Sharice, here, I can either let me just try to allow you to talk. That might be easier. There we go. She's rejoining. Perfect.
Sweet.
All right, Sharice, go ahead. You're muted if you didn't know.
Okay, can everybody hear me now?
We are good, thank you.
Okay, good. I was just saying hi, everybody. I'm driving around. So I have a question, actually. A property manager friend of mine, a property that he actually used to manage, the owners had reached out to him because they needed some information and like with books and all that kind of stuff because they were interested in selling. They actually had, I don't know if they had it on the market. I'm not sure how they were marketing it before, but it's a pretty big property. It was worth like 19 million. So I don't know if I should even try to like find a buyer. I don't know if that's something that, I feel like I could have an in because of my, my property manager friend, because he doesn't even work for them. They had just reached out to him because he used to work for them. I guess as they were like, they had to put together stuff, and he's like, he knew he's like, I know everybody that wasn't paying that, like he was like, they needed him or whatever. So, I don't know if that's I don't know even how to go about it, if I even should, or like how I would find buyers. Like,
yeah, so I have no problem doing it. What I would probably do if I did do something with them, I would do something that's called an option.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless you got $19 million in the bank.
Let me check.
No.
And
I would just do an option with them that gives you the right to purchase the property or assign it and help, and it spells out that you can help find the buyer for them. So it's basically a way to kind of give you some sort of equitable interest in the property, and you can get paid an assignment fee by finding the buyer. So I use a simple option. Let me see if I'll share this with you real quick, and I'll share my screen real quick too, so you can see what I'm looking at. Let's see, where's that? Okay, can you see this document right here in front of me?
Yeah, I think I have that one. If it's this, I think I've used that one before. It would just
so
be
it's just a simple option. Yeah, give yourself 30 to 60 days. The seller has the right to cancel this agreement anytime if they find their own buyer or tenant.
Okay.
It just gives you the first right of refusal.
Okay.
So pretty simple. They tell you the price, and then on this one though, the way you're going to probably find your buyer, to be perfectly honest, you're going to be networking with realtors that have high net worth buyers.
Okay.
So you're going to be seeing who are the realtors with listings in that area, who are the realtors that have sold properties in that area.
Okay.
And or properties like yours, So now I'm going to give you a little bit of advice though, because I have a couple that are working together, and they're doing wholesaling, and they're doing, they've done a lot of wholesaling, and then they got down these little roads of doing like gold mines and silver mines and hotels and apartments, and so which is all, you can do a lot of that, right? But I mean, if they get a gold mine, right, they literally are wholesaling a gold mine for like $20 million. They can make like $1 million. But and they've had potential buyers come very close. But what happens is they waste a lot of time and never get a buyer. So don't be afraid of the base hit and the doubles. We all want a home run and a grand slam. Those are fun to celebrate, and those are, huge wins, right? This could be a huge win. But I wouldn't pause any marketing and stop doing anything else. I would just add this to your regular marketing that you're doing. But just know it's a different type of buyer, right? They're going to be more the high end. You're going to be working probably with the buyer's agents and stuff like that. So you got to make sure that you got to account for their commission in this too.
Okay.
So, sound good?
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Hey, good luck. Sweet. So who do we got next, Brighton?
We're going to bring on Art.
All right, my man.
Hello.
Howdy, Art.
How you doing?
Great. How are you?
I am wonderful, wonderful. My question is, I was just thinking about doing a marketing for wholesalers, so I can do co-wholesaling with them.
Mhm.
And so I was thinking about putting together some sort of a flyer, maybe put it out on Craigslist, something like if you have properties that are struggling to find buyers, hit me up. You know, I have buyers that are hungry for deals and things like that, and we can do a joint venture.
Okay. Yeah, I have no problem with that. In fact, I recommend that. You don't even have to do a fancy flyer or anything really. You can just, put stuff together pretty quick. Let me share with you. I'm going to share with you one of the guys that I'm training right now, and I'm working with. He just got hired with the group I'm training. Let me share my screen, Art, and you can see some of the posts that he's doing here. This is his Facebook page, right? So
Okay.
What do you see here?
Okay, I see this is Bart Simpson.
Yes,
Wholesalers.
yeah, cash buyer looking for deals in the Peach State, Atlanta wholesalers, send me your deals, right?
Okay.
So all he's doing is getting attention on this. So let's see if he has Atlanta and Georgia wholesalers need help moving properties, we can help. And then that has his email, right? Let's see, he's posting on here pretty regular. Look, another one. That's Scrooge McDuck. So all he's doing right here, right, is getting people to, and this is on his own page. I recommend making posts like this in some of the Facebook groups.
Okay.
And I usually ask questions. I usually do more of a question, like who has a deal in Atlanta?
Okay, got it.
Who has a deal in Tampa, Florida, whatever market you're working in. I usually ask a question, and then I will post something like this or post a picture of myself. So
okay.
But now some groups don't allow self promotion, so you got to kind of make sure you're being careful. And then a lot of times you can go right to those groups and do a search. So like, what market are you focusing in on right now, Art?
Houston, Texas.
Okay. So let's say I'm going to like one of the larger groups is what? Wholesaling houses, full-time group. Let me share my screen with you so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. So this is a large group. They have about 125,000 members. Right?
Okay.
And then I go over here to this magnifying glass right here. And then I'll click on that and I'll type in Houston.
Okay.
And then now here's people that are posting in this group about stuff in Houston, or that has the word Houston in it. I'm looking for Houston, Texas, Lake Charles bird dogs. Looking for buyers. I have multiple unit apartments in Houston. Contacted over the past few days for new hedge funds. So I would click on these, right? And then what I'm doing is after I'm looking for Houston, Texas, let me just click on one of these real quick. Looking for serious cash buyers in Houston, Texas. Okay, now what I do is I go and click on this. Oops, let me go back, sorry. You got to click on that. Where was that guy? Dang it. Let's just see if I can just click on. I would click on that Houston post, right? Let me go back here. And then I would try to make a comment or reach out to that person. So let's say here's one, Stephen Beatty. I would click on this, do a message. What do you have in Houston, Texas, right? Okay. Question mark, send a message, boom. Then I go back and I go back to the next person, right? Same thing.
Okay.
Message, boom, what do you got in Houston? I got buyers looking for stuff right now. And then you start, all you're doing is just opening the conversation, and then you're going to jump on the phone with them as soon as you can.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Sweet. So what's up? Anyone else? We got a lot of people on here today. So
yeah, I think we're gonna have Tracy go next. There she is.
Hi, Tracy. You can unmute yourself. How can we help you?
Hi, everybody. So
Hi.
I'm actually standing in my first flip.
Woo.
And I've told my contractors that I wanted them done by November 1st, and it kind of lights their fire a little bit when you come up with a date. In reality, though, it'll be, the first week in November, and that's fine. My question is, this is in Iowa. It's in Missouri Valley, Iowa. I bought this property for $68,000.
Okay.
And we pulled 6,000 pounds of trash out of it. And
hoarder home. Wow, love it.
We pretty much brought it down, and I just got my flooring in. Looks all nice.
Nice.
But my question is on the marketing. So I'm not licensed in Iowa. I am licensed right across the river in Nebraska. And so what would you recommend I do for marketing as far as, I thought about making a flyer that says coming soon or on the market, and just talking about the highlights, and then giving it to some brokers in this little town. But how would you recommend I get the most action in the shortest amount of time? I've done some market research, and I think I can definitely pull 199 off this property.
Okay. So a couple things you can do. One is you can always list it with a flat fee broker.
Okay.
For a couple $100. Like Broker List is one of those nationwide companies. I think for $99 you can list on the MLS.
Okay.
So
nice.
I love your idea of going to the offices for the brokers and giving out flyers for coming soon. I'd probably throw a sign in the yard. By the way, you're allowed as an owner to sell your own property.
Yes. Yes, and I have that. I have a sign. This is funny. My husband and I bought it at Menards on Sunday. So he ambitiously sticks it in the yard on Sunday, and within 15 minutes we got some guy to stop. And I'm like, oh my Lord, we got to pull this out. I am far from ready.
But honestly, just I think it's good to create that buzz.
Sure.
How far into you're done, do you think?
I think I want the first full week. My carpet goes in on Tuesday, so everything will be ready by next.
Really? Okay, then I would throw that sign up and just say, look, it's not ready to show yet. We are taking names of people that have interest. What's your name? What's your phone number? We'll schedule you as our first showing. Right? Okay. So that way you get first access before anyone else, and it's kind of like your VIP buyers list. Right.
Okay.
And then the other thing I would do is go to I would go to your PropStream. Do you have PropStream?
I don't yet, but
do you have the MLS for that area?
Not for Iowa, only for Nebraska.
Okay. If you have an agent friend that has access, otherwise I would just get PropStream. It's like $99 a month, and I think Brighton has a special link that gets you guys a special code.
I'm gonna connect. I'm gonna definitely connect with my Amplify girl on that. So yeah.
So let me. What city is it in again?
It's this little town is Missouri Valley, Iowa. It's not really qualified as a city. They'd like to think so, but it only has
Missouri Valley, Iowa. Okay, there we go. So now what I would do here is, so we have recent properties that have sold. Let's do any, we're not necessarily looking for cash buyers either, so I may delete that. Can I get like, is it okay if I get the address of your property so I can kind of pull up a comparable of it?
Sure. 106 Snyder, Snyder.
Okay. Snyder Street, there we go. So now what I'm going to do here is just click on details, right? Go to comparables.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to go out probably maybe 3 miles, see what we got here. This is not a lot of comparables in this area. Let's go 5 miles. And then let's do 2,000 square feet. And then, so not a lot in this town, right? Like you said. But here's someone I would click on here, get the details of this agent. Let's see if it shows anything. It doesn't have the agent information on here. One of the other things, if this doesn't work that well, then use Zillow or Redfin, right? And you're just looking for agents around that city in that area, and you're letting them know, hey, I got a property I'm going to be putting on the market. It is not on the market right now. And by the way, what do agents like?
They're small town, good old boy system. There's only like 3 big players. And now with my Nebraska Realty agency, I have the affiliation of working with a fellow realtor that's Iowa licensed, and I can get a deal with him. But he wanted like an exclusive and not allow me to sell it for sale by owner. So I think I might do that.
They want money, right? All the agents want money. So if you say, look, here's what I need to net. If you want to make this amount, we'll just add that to the price for your commission, right? And then you can, if you bring me a buyer, I'll give you this commission. And a lot of times that they're used to 3%.
Yeah.
Right. Anywhere from 2.5% to 3%. Now imagine if you gave this guy 5%.
Oh wow. So then they'd really be talking about it.
Yeah, but he's going to list the property. He's going to do the showings. He's getting double dip, right? But that's like a full blown listing right there, right? Honestly, whenever you get this done, I think you just go ahead and list it by yourself. Use broker list or a flat fee listing company, and do the flyers like you talked about with the different brokers and agencies.
A sign in the yard, work my own deal.
Yeah. And what's the industry there? What's one of the main industries there?
There's manufacturing and farming.
Okay. And is it going to be priced for someone with an FHA loan pretty easy?
I think so. Yeah, we actually even broke out a broken concrete sidewalk so it could better apply.
So I mean, I think you're going to do well on this. What are you thinking about listing in that?
Well, I'm thinking 199, just based on the fact that there's really no new construction. This is pretty much a raised ranch. It's a new construction feel, and it's going to come in underneath. I can always go down, but I'd like to be ambitious on the price. It's got a double lot, lots of good little pieces about it.
Yeah.
But the guy across the street bought. It's just I won't bore everybody with the details, but I think it'll go for close to 199.
Yeah. So on PropStream, let me just show you what I just did real quick. Let me see if I can share my screen one more time. Go there. So all I did is typed in your address, and then I hit the MLS right here, and these are all the active listings right now. Right.
Yeah.
Some are houses, some aren't. So then, and depending on where your property is, I'm trying to see where it is here. I would just be hitting up these realtors really good too, right? To say, hey, this is like exactly what we're talking about. You're just going to try to give them a little heads up before it goes. Yeah. And it's not a big, like you said, it's not a lot of action going on in that town.
Well, there's a lot more people that want to buy than houses available that are viable options. I mean, either you got the 600,000 or you got the piece of shit 1900s built that needs a total renovation.
So yeah, so it's just outside of Omaha. I see that. Yeah, it's just north of Omaha.
Yeah. And across the river, we got Blair, and they're bringing in a new a new industry. I think Dollar General's building their headquarters in Blair, so that's going to be 300 new jobs created in 2022, or right over there.
So I mean, and nice little flyer over on over at the warehouse or whatever too, or the factory and stuff, or whatever the headquarters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on my flyer, I thought I would say buyer agents welcome.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're going to be the ones bringing you buyer, and don't be afraid to give them a commission. That's just part of the
Oh,
business.
sure. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I get anywhere near my asking price, I can definitely afford their commission.
Right.
So,
I like that.
This will be good. And it was the industry, the neighborhood and everything that kind of made me think that maybe I wanted to sell it and not keep it as a rental. But that's good. But it's been a lot of fun, picking out the colors and everything, but love the world of gray. Everything's gray in the new construction.
I know. It's pretty like white trim, white cabinets, gray floors, gray walls.
Yeah. So
you gotta. It's kind of what is needed for the individual. And then they can go paint it whatever they want, right? So
it shows well.
Yeah.
It's nice, new, and crisp, and So, but
and also Tracy,
you.
and you probably don't know this, but the neighbors around the house will probably know a few people that they would love to have move in next door to them.
Oh, for sure. Okay, that's good. Yeah, and the sign in the yard will help with that too.
And I would tell them, if they refer someone that buys it, that I don't know what you're legally allowed to do as a realtor and stuff, but I would offer to pay for the moving costs of a U-Haul or something like that to help them get in and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. I actually have a sign on the front porch on this busier street that says this house is being rehabbed, and then my company name and number.
That's great.
I just acquired this house September 15th. So we're rocking and rolling, trying to.
Yeah, you're moving really quick. We have out here, we have several agents that list properties, and they will have a free moving truck. They can use their box truck for moving.
Oh, very good. Cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I always enjoy listening. Thank you.
Awesome. Good job, Tracy. Kendra.
Hello. Oh.
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. Hi again. So I don't know if my post, you submit your question. I don't know if it went through, but I have a property in Mississippi that's me a lot of trouble. So I just kind of wanted to run over the few problems that I've come across and see if there were any solutions. So the first one is Mississippi, and this is very rural. I don't normally work out of Mississippi. I'm not actually sure how that even came through my, lead stream on Amplify, but it did, and here we are. Potentially because the owner's living in Tennessee, but it's an occupied property in an area that's very rural, but the school system is really good, and I'm told. And so in Mississippi, you have to have a closing agent, and nobody will work with a wholesaler. I've called probably 12 different title companies, and none of them will work. And I've even posted in the Mississippi real estate group. I am in that wholesaling full-time group. I posted in a few places, and the ones that were mentioned either didn't work in union, or they wouldn't work with wholesalers. So I've hit kind of a roadblock with that. I was wondering if maybe I've heard about virtual title companies. Is that a thing?
Yeah. There's nationwide title companies, closing companies. Yeah.
Well, do you know the name of any of them so that I could look into that?
Yes. Let me see.
Well,
here.
I could just Google it, I guess.
There's a couple. I'm just trying to think of ones that I know that people have used.
We also have contacts with a few. Let me see I can't remember off the top of my head what they are either.
That would be amazing.
I'll send you an email on that though, Kendra, for the one. I don't know if they do Mississippi. They do it's like 30, 40 states, but there was a few they couldn't do. I just can't remember off the top of my head, but I will send you an email with what we have.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I appreciate
it. There's several ones too. Just like you said, some of them are, I think tier 1 is what one is people are using a lot right now, but I don't know if that's in Mississippi or not.
Tier 1.
Tier 1. And then First National Title.
The one we've worked with.
Oh, I did check First National, and I don't think they did Mississippi.
Okay. Have you checked with clothesline settlements?
Yeah, that's a good one. Clothesline settlements.
They're the ones that we've worked with in the past.
Yeah.
Close, like
they do
the door?
nationwide. They do clothesline settlements.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send you an email with their information.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so that's one of the sticky parts. Another
Right
one is
into
the
the
only
rescue.
buyer. I know. Well, you guys always do, truly. So then the other sticky point was finding a buyer. The only buyers, again, and I've obviously been on a few calls with you guys, and all the tricks that I've learned from the other contracts I've tried to use with this one. And I just don't know. And the lady she's got a mental stuckness on the price that she wants because it was her friend's house who died. And that person bought it for this much. She's invested this much in it. And so she will not go below this. It isn't a very good price. Like, it really should be lower. That being said, the only buyers, I've even dropped the fee to like negligible, right? Because I just want to close the deal, especially because she's already given notice to the tenant, and I've got a decent relationship with the seller and now a decent relationship with the tenant. I don't want to let either of them down in the situation. But the only buyers I've actually been able to get were like end buyers, like a regular person that just wants to buy the house and move in, even though they know it's a fix and flip or it's a fixer upper and they're taking it as is. And my understanding of that is it would have to change to a conventional loan, even though my initial agreement with the seller is a cash loan. And then I would have to talk the buyer into paying all the closing fees, which is what I negotiated with the seller. And then I have to somehow hide the fee.
No, so
right?
here's the thing is, no, lenders are used to seeing this. I used to work for Wells Fargo. So assignment fee is not the end of the world. It just depends if it's a fix and flip, and depends what type of loan. If it's a conventional loan, it's not a big of an issue. If it's a FHA loan, they usually have a 90-day seasoning rule. Typically you can do retail. Just most of these properties are easier to sell to people that have an LLC, because then you don't have to go through the due diligence of a loan qualification. They can get a hard money loan and stuff like that. And I would still push that. In fact, I would encourage you to reach out to other wholesalers in that market. Ones that are posting stuff on social media, ones that are posting stuff on Craigslist, and see if they have any buyers that can help you sell your property as well.
So when you say reach out to other wholesalers, you mean like go through people that are posting houses for sale in that area and then reach out to them and ask them?
Yeah, give you a perfect example. My very first wholesale deal, right, was here in the Phoenix market. It was in Tempe, Arizona. I talked to the seller, found them on Craigslist. I had 0 cash buyers, but I happen to know a guy named Sean Terry, who is one of the biggest wholesalers in Phoenix metro area, and he had over 30,000 cash buyers.
Oh, wow.
So now all of a sudden his network becomes my network. And yes, I may split fees with them. That's fine. I was happy to split fees with them.
Yeah.
You know, because I sold a deal and I got paid. So something I wouldn't have got done. So.
Well, and I'm actually happy to JV. I've offered that a few times as well. I did offer that in the Amplify group. I offered it in the Mississippi Real Estate Investment. I put it in the mentorship group that I'm using. And then
is the price just too high? Is that what it is?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's only like 30K below, or 30 to 40K below our ARV. And I even just put the assignment to, go ahead.
Could someone rent the house out in its current condition?
You probably want to, it's not like in disrepair, but it definitely needs a little bit, it looks old. The roof is new and the fridge is new. I believe the AC might be new as well, but it just looks like it just looks, I don't know.
What would it take to get it rented?
I would put it at least 10. If you're doing it by this, $15 per square foot, it's probably going to be 10 to 15.
What if I gave you a budget of $5,000? Could you do it for $5,000 and get it rented?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a way you can
so
make it look nice.
So now that I said that, then yes, you can sell it to a retail buyer. because they
Okay.
also have 203B loans, right? I think with FHA, I think it's called a 203B loan. So like a fix and flip loan. So I think you may need to start reaching out to some of the realtors out there that have buyers in that market. Have you contacted the realtors?
I haven't.
Yeah, you need to be contacting the realtors, because a lot of times they have their clients are already pre-qualified. And the reason why I did that little question about asking how much it costs to be fixed up, because a lot of times a fix and flip, right? HGTV ready, it's a lot of money, right? But if I said to you, you just need to get this ready to rent in a week, could you spend $5,000 or less and get it rented in a week? And if your answer is yes, then you can probably you can probably sell it as well. And so that's why I'm not as worried about you selling it to retail. So I would start reaching out to the realtors that sold deals in that area.
And what do I ask them? Like, do you have any
Do you
buyers?
have
looking
any
for
buyers?
this?
Do you have any buyers that are looking for a deeply discounted property?
Okay, that they would have to.
And we typically do cash or hard money, but we're open to working with people that need traditional financing if they are pre-qualified or can be pre-qualified.
Okay.
Now, did that just open you
Okay.
up to a lot more buyers?
I think so. You mentioned a 203B loan. Is that what you said?
I can't remember the name of it. It's a fix and flip. It's a FHA 203. Yeah, 203B loan repair escrow. This is it right here. And this is just off the top of my head. I can't even remember this. Sorry. Let me share my screen with you real quick.
Are those I don't know why my screen isn't showing the actual.
So
like it's not showing your face. It's just...
I'll throw this in the chat for you. So basically what it is, it's a loan for the house with the repairs. Gives you a loan for the repairs as well. Okay, but what it does, it just holds it back in escrow until the repairs are done. Diana put 203K. Yeah, so there's 203K and 203B. So there's different ones out there. Just check with your realtors and they should be able to help you get that too. Because a lot of times they have, it's a seller's market. A lot of them are doing multiple offers. They can't find stuff. So they can find a deal that's 30,000 below retail and they can get a loan for, say the price is 200 and your price, that's the retail price, but your price is 170 and includes your fee. If they get a loan for 280 or 290, right? What they'll do is they'll release the loan for that first 270, right? And then they'll hold back the other 20 grand so they can do the repairs. And then they'll release the money as they are doing the repairs.
Okay.
So.
Okay. That's a great idea. So one of those end buyers was walking through it tonight at 6. If she ends up wanting to keep it, that will solve the buyer problem. But how do I do it? So if she wants to get a conventional loan, how do I change? Do I have to change the contract I've already got?
No, you don't have to change
seller?
anything. You don't have to change anything.
Okay.
You don't have to change anything. The only thing is you just do the regular B2C closing paperwork with that person, and then it just depends on how much time you need with the seller. So you may need to get an extension, right? And just say, hey, we got someone that's interested, but they're going to need traditional financing. It's going to take a little bit longer, right? So.
Okay. And then I do a B2C closing, which is where that's the double close, right?
Yeah. Now to give you one other curveball here, if you want this to go faster and you want to get paid faster and you don't want to wait, you can also try to find lenders, private money lenders and hard money lenders that are willing to loan to that end buyer, to that owner occupant. They're not a lot out there. Most of them, they like to lend to like LLCs and businesses that don't live in that property. You might be able to get a hard money loan, and then it's called bridge financing. So they get a loan and then they go and get refinanced out of that.
So I have an LLC. I could get the bridge loan for this property, and then
I personally wouldn't do it for you. I would have them do it.
Okay. So have the end buyer get a bridge loan
Right.
for this. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So just to make sure I understand, if she wants to keep it, then I just ask for kind of an extension because she's going to get a conventional loan, which she'll be fine with. She just wants to sell it. And then I do a B2C double close so that they don't see the assignment fee. And I know there's a way to get to where the buyer pays closing on both ends.
And Kendra, just to let you know, Diana just put a note in the chat here that she's working with several hedge funds that are buying in most states, and that if you reach out to her, she can help get the property submitted to the hedge fund to see if it's something that they will buy.
Oh, absolutely.
Boom.
I would be happy to JV with you on that, Diana.
Sweet. We'll send each other a message. You can do a private message right through the chat here. So.
I was just gonna. I posted it in the public thing. I don't mind. It's a work one.
There you go. There's your email. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks, Diana. Well, that's me. Thank you.
And by the way, hedge funds are great buyers. They're wonderful buyers. So.
You know that one that you gave us the last time, the buy whatever, that one? I just picked up a property in Decatur that they're buying. Well, that they said they're interested in.
Perfect. Glad I can help.
I finally someone had to scramble for a buyer. I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well,
thank
awesome.
you for always being my hero. I appreciate you. You and Brighton.
Brighton's the best. I'm just here to help him.
Oh, please. But it does.
Just as a quick aside. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just like, Diana also put her sorry, Diana put her contact details in the chat for you as well. So just make sure to write those down real quick.
Well, and I wanted to say real quick, because I mentioned it to Brandon, I had paid for this mentorship 4 or so months ago and kind of regretted it now after doing Amplify. Even though you guys aren't a mentorship, I've picked up more gems and gotten so much more traction. I've got 5 deals under contract now in the last month, and I didn't have anything for those few months. I just wanted to say, the value ratio is incredible with you guys, and I am so glad I did this. I'm glad I took that leap. That was terrifying, by the way. Yeah.
I'm giving Brighton a high five through the screen right now because that makes us happy right now. So thanks, Kendra. Appreciate you.
Thanks. Mm-hmm.
that makes everything worth it. Thank you for sharing.
Yay!
Thank you for sharing. We work really hard. So awesome. Well, guys, any other questions? I haven't seen any raised hands for a bit. That covered all of our pre-submissions. So we might actually wrap up under an hour this time.
Nice.
We've been going long the last few weeks. So
give them a little shout out. Next week, be on the lookout. Brian will probably be sending out some message. We're going to be doing a special webinar for all of you guys. For anyone here and anyone else that that's trying to break into real estate. This is going to be perfect for those who are just starting out. So
yes. Thank you, Brandon, for reminding me of that. It looks like McKay might have a question, so I'm gonna allow him to talk. But before you talk, McKay, so guys, tentatively not tentatively, we're gonna make it happen. But next Tuesday at 6 Eastern time, 6 Eastern. We're gonna do a live webinar with Brandon. We're gonna be talking about a really cool new model for just getting started called close selling. We have a few of our close selling academy clients in here, or students in here, like Art. We had Embry that was in here earlier. I saw we had Veronica. We're just 2 weeks into this class, but it's been amazing to see how excited everybody's been going, and we just want more people to be aware of it. So if you guys are interested in a free webinar next Tuesday, maybe drop in the chat, just say that you're interested or give a thumbs up. That way we make sure that you have the link for that. There's going to be a lot of value provided, but also I think it's going to be a really, really fun event. So let us know, you guys, if you're interested in that.
Awesome.
Okay. McKay, welcome to the call.
Hey, thanks. This probably just doesn't relate to everybody who was talking, but you kind of answered it, Brighton. Wanted to get your opinion on how I should approach this as a total newcomer. Approach these next 10 weeks now? That was my main question.
Yeah. So I can let you go, Brandon, but also McKay. So for you specifically, because you're going to be jumping into the close selling world, I would go back, watch our first recording, which happened 2 weeks ago. It's in the Facebook group. And then make sure you're in the Slack channel. And then tomorrow we have our third class, and tomorrow is going to be a really good class because we're going to start doing a lot more role playing. We're going to start getting a little bit more nitty gritty. And that's where
we're going to hit some buyers. We're going to talk about how to sell these deals really quick too. So
awesome. Yeah. My main thing has been trying to understand the vocabulary. I went back and watched the first video, and I learned a lot of good stuff. Loved the call that you had. That was so cool. So I'll just, I'll go back and, I'll just be ready for tomorrow then. Hopefully I should be able to.
And feel free to jump in on that Slack channel that we have for that. If you have questions and stuff as well, that's what that's there for. And we got the Facebook group as well.
Cool. All right.
And McKay, if you're in the Amplify REI mastermind group and you go to guides, there's a ton of more content there. So if you have time, you can throw on a training just like these, and you can just start kind of absorbing, getting more of the lingo.
Could you direct towards that? You said REI guides. I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll tag you in some videos. So just make sure you're in the Facebook group.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks, McKay.
Awesome. Bye, everybody.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. If anybody's interested in learning more about that Close Selling Academy, it could definitely go in tandem with what we're doing here, and we'll make sure that you get links to the webinar next week. But if you want information before then, you're just too excited, make sure to ask your account manager or type in the chat, and we can send over some information for you. It's a really, really fun program. So let us know, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. See ya.
Bye, everybody.